Good morning, everybody out there in the YouTube. Welcome to the Daily Dish. Ladies and gentlemen, moms and dads, children of all ages. The show begins in less than 2 minutes. If you haven't already done so, please click that like button on your way in. Here we go.
3, 2, 1, live. Cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to follow the Bradley's Fun. Good Monday morning to everybody out there in the tubes of the U's. Welcome to the Daily Dish with Ron E. Bradley. That's me. I'm Ron E. Bradley. And I hope that wherever you are, you're having a phenomenal day. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, as of the live of this, today is the 9th day of September, the year 2024. Oh, hopefully you guys can hear me okay out there. And let me see this. Tell you what, the number. Tom, you're going to have to tell me how to cancel every possible pop-up thing that I possibly can get. Oh, my goodness. I see something where we're going to have to start off with a celebration here very, very quickly. When we get to saying hi to everybody, I got to say hi to everybody first. I can see that there is the sort of what was his name? The Max Headroom glitch going on. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I know that StreamYard has been having issues because I've seen other people doing their StreamYard things, and they are having issues with their StreamYards as well. So it is not just me. It is StreamYard itself is glitching all over the place, and I don't know why. Anyhow, thank you, Go and Shogi, I for the 5 gifted memberships. We will get to that in just a moment, but I want to say hi to everybody first in the chat. Let me see. We have Little Mouse 27 says hi. Hi, Little Mouse. Good afternoon, Juliet. Good afternoon. Follow the Bradleys and Little Mouse. And we've got Native Hawaiian says aloha and good morning, y'all. And of course, Go and Shogi, our great wrench and gifter. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Go and Shogi says good morning to everyone. And this is me because I've been in the studio much earlier today than usual, trying to get everything set up. And I mean, glitch. Tom, I think I'm going to have you come over here and like run the show. Tom, because there's so many things that like I don't know all this stuff that I need to fix. Is everything will be working right up until like 2 minutes before the show. And then I go in to do stuff, and then, oh, your camera's disconnected. Oh, your microphone's disconnected. Oh, whatever. Oh, my goodness gracious. Yeah, you know. Oh, our professionalism here. It's just so high. OCD93, good morning. Yeah, let's see who else. Tom F. There you are, Tom F. I knew you were out there. Good morning, Tom F. And I hope that Otis is doing well. I hope your dogs are doing well this morning. And of course, my beautiful wife is in the chat. She says, good morning, everyone. Buen dia de todos. Thank you so much for being here for my beautiful wife. Let's see. OCD93, you got to Juliet. Good morning, everyone. Everyone's saying hi to everyone. Erica and Raph is here. It took me 2 to 3 hours to read that. I've got a shortened version of it that I'm going to go through. So a couple different things there because can't really get to the New York Times article. I don't subscribe to the New York Times. I'm never going to subscribe to the New York Times because the type of newspaper that it is. And I'm not really sure that even all of that article is 100% the truth. And I'm going to give my take on the whole thing today. That's the whole point of this. Good morning to my mom, Kathleen Fantasy's checking in. She says good morning to everybody. And Sunset Harbor Entertainment. Morning, how's it going? Good morning, Sunset Harbor Entertainment, Inc. And now we get to what we need to. Oh, wait. I'll say hi to Jeremy Heath because I saw him come in here real quick. And then to kick off the week, Go and Shogi has gifted 5 Follow the Bradley's Fun memberships. Let's see who all received those Follow the Bradley's Fun memberships. I can check my tablet. We've got Anthony Stalinardi was gifted a membership by Go and Shogi. Malachi McRae, Gamer, Neil Collects, and Dennis Z, all gifted memberships to Follow the Bradley's Fun. And if you are not opted in for gifted memberships, make sure that you do that because apparently that is a thing that you have to do. I don't even understand how to opt in for it myself. I've seen it on one of my YouTube things where it says I could opt it in, and then it popped up one time, said I could opt in, and I haven't seen it since on anything. So, but apparently there's a way to do it. Opt in, and I think you have to opt in on every single different individual channel when you do it. But for those who are opted in to gifted memberships and got them today, and for Go and Shogi being so generous and dropping those gifted memberships, guess what? It is time to start things off with our celebration. Woohoo! Here we go.
Too much? Too much? It's perfect! Wahoo! Oh, this is so nice. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited. go so crazy.
Yeah. Okay. Max Headroom dancing there. You know, I have everything connected the way it should be connected, and I'm still looking a bit like Max Headroom. But you know, what are you going to do? There's only so much that you can do. So, I'm looking at my task manager over here when I bring that up, and it says that Google Chrome power usage is very high. And then it, I mean, well, what are you going to do? It's what it is. Members, you have access to some great emojis. There it is, Go and Shogi. Actually, Go and Shogi. I wanted to do something a little bit different this morning, and we have a lot of things to get to today before we end the show early. Now, here's what's happening today. This is not an end the show as end the show, but it's a double feature, just like the two Baby Yodas back there. We got a double feature today. Okay, so the double feature is this show will stream right into the premiere of my vlog, our vlog. It's not my vlog. It's Virginia and I were there together. Our vlog on Primark, which apparently is a big deal to a lot of people, and you'll see that was not a very particularly big deal to me. And I was like, I don't know, it was a little too much for me. I can't. You'll see but that premiere starts at 10:15, although there's the 5-minute intro, so it'll really start at 10:20. It's a 19-minute long video. It'll end at 10:39. Let's see, 10. Yeah, should end about 10:39, and then that will stream right into Culture Casino's 6-minute daily. So, double feature here, right into Culture Casino, right over there. Everything is set up. You don't have to go anywhere. It'll stream right into it. So just make sure that you stay around after this to watch the premiere of the Primark video, and then please leave that like as you're coming into the stream, or when you go into the premiere, leave a like there, and comment and chat, and I'll be in the chat for that. That'll be fun, but I have a lot to get to today as well before we get there. But before we do any of that, I wanted to let you guys know we are doing some fundraising so that we can throw our son his great 12th birthday party in December, and we're doing that by raising money. We have a lot of inventory to sell on Whatnot. So Go and Shogi, you may be able to find this in the description since you're a wrench and you know how to do it. If you can put the link to Virginia, my wife's Whatnot store, in the chat, I would appreciate that. And then you can copy the link from the description and throw that in. But if you don't see it, the link to my wife's Whatnot store is in the description. So if you're signed up for Whatnot, you can, go to her store, make sure that they favorite that store, and she's doing shows almost daily. And we've got all kinds of things that we're selling. We got a lot of Disney clothes. We've got Disney merch. We've got special collectible, like Avenger merch from Happy Meals and all kinds of cool things. So just want to let you know that is out there. And everything should be set up as far as the flow of this to the Primark premiere, and then from the Primark premiere all the way into Culture Casino's 6-minute daily right there. So perfect. All right, now let me get started. First of all, cheers Captain America cup here. Cheers. So if you are caffeinating, caffeinate with me. Cheers. Okay, and then let's get going. I have more than one story. This is more than just about the Bobs, because, what about Bobs? Good morning, Tiffany from Canadian Family Life. As I was saying to everybody else, this is going to go right into my premiere, into 6 Minute Daily, into culture. Boom, boom, boom. Just letting you know that is all out there. And we already had, and I'll put this up, we'll do a short celebration just so you can see. So again, the celebration is for any time. We get gifted memberships, we get super chats, we get super things, super stickers, PayPals, any of those things like this gifted membership. And thank you so much for the generosity from Go and Shogi. We do a celebration. I'm going to do the short one, the short version this time. And then if we have any more at the end of the stream, at the end of the show, we'll do a longer celebration. But right now, I'll just show you the short version and we'll celebrate. And then we'll go into the stories, multiple stories from this morning.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect!
This is just the best of us. All right, that's the short version of the celebration. And I like that longer version that we do now. It's so much fun when everybody gets to dance. But right now, we got stories to, and so let's add this to the stage. Make sure that I can do this correctly. Oh, that's not the right one. It's this one over here. There we go. This is out of thatparkplace.com. If you're not already subscribed or like bookmark That Park Place, and this is of course the this is from WDW Pro, thatparkplace.com, and the network that is the best network for all of your theme parks news and views that you may not get from the Pixie Dusters, although there's less and less pixie dust these days, and so even the Pixie Dusters are just becoming dusters because it's kind of worn off. Somehow, I'm not surprised from all the cost cutting and streamlining. Yes, indeed. And there it is. Oh, and yes, Go and Shogi did drop that. Check out the Virginia Bradley Whatnot store. There it is from Go and Shogi. So yes, indeed, do please check that out. So let's read this article. This is by Marvin, the movie monster, September 6th, 2024, from Marvin Montero. I first saw this myself in a friend of mine who works for Disney and is part of the, actually I've seen several of them now, but my first heads up was on Facebook, where somebody who was in the Aspire program posted about this. Disney cuts funding for cast member Aspire program for higher education. Now, if you don't know what the Aspire program is, basically that's a program where Disney, if you were a cast member, was basically paying for all of your college. I'm not sure how it worked. I know that one time when I was working for DVC, they helped to pay for my real estate license when I was going for. I had to pay up front, so really it was a lot of help, and it was very convoluted the way they did it. I don't know how the Aspire program worked, whether you paid up front and they paid back or how that works, but I do know that basically this was a program so that if you were a cast member at Disney World or Disneyland, I think anywhere, I'm not sure if it was Disney World or Disneyland or just Disney World, but basically the Aspire program let you receive higher education and get college education, and went all the way up through the master's. I have friends who actually got their master's degree on the Aspire program. And this is what this article says. Disney announced today that in its latest cost-cutting move, it would be slashing funding for its Aspire higher education program for cast members. Aspire is a program in which Disney previously would cover 100% of the cost of higher education for cast members. It was seen as an investment in the people who work for the company full-time, allowing them to advance and make a career within the House of Mouse. However, as of November 27th, 2024, Disney will institute a funding cap of $5,250 for in-network schools, with college tuition and fees for private universities reaching $38,421. Disney is severely limiting the ability of its workers to seek higher education and advance within the organization. The average Walt Disney World cast member makes $34,916 per year, according to ZipRecruiter. I can tell you that's way high. that's way high, because they probably took the salaries of all cast members, including the highest executives within Walt Disney World, and threw that into, and then that's how they made the average. But if you look at the majority of Disney World workers, they might be making about $18 an hour right now, and then most of those are part-time. And honestly, there's a lot of college program cast members that make even less than that, quite a bit less than that. And out of what they get paid, they have to fund their housing, so they really make nothing. The college program is kind of a way for Disney to get people to work for them for almost free. It doesn't, the college program is, it's we won't get into that in this particular discussion. Anyway, where dreams come true. So it says Disney will still fund the first term of current cast members enrolled in Aspire between now and late November. However, it's likely that the funding cap will be instituted for employees after that. This means many cast members who have enrolled in school will be forced to drop out. The master's programs and the Penn Foster Trades program within Aspire have been ended effective immediately, with enrollment shutting down. From Drew Smith, Drew the Disney dude, good friend. I really like Drew. It says Disney Aspire, this is a tweet on X, post on X. Disney Aspire, the Walt Disney Company's education, investment, and career development program for cast members, is receiving major changes effective immediately. Master's programs and Penn Foster trade programs no longer available for new enrollment through Disney. And there's the Disney Aspire logo. Ex-user Jacko B. Graphic, a former Disney College program cast member, noted the impact this will have on cast member morale going forward. During my DCP, every cast member praised the Aspire program, said on Twitter. Recruiters said it was the reason to go full-time. Leaders said it was the best perk about staying with Disney. This decision is going to tank cast member morale, increase the turnover rate, and ultimately make service worse. And that really worries me, because if service gets worse than it already is, that's really, really bad. Let me see. That looks like there might be some more. Yes. An ex-user named Jonold also voiced displeasure with the decision by the company. Disney basically destroying the Disney Aspire program is honestly one of the most idiotic things the company could have done, he said. For a company that loves to tout about growing and development of cast members, this move is incredibly contradictory and hurts a lot of CMs. He noted in a follow-up post, a $5,000 tuition grant cap is such a joke. This isn't very inclusion key of y'all. And I got to tell you, it's really ironic that since Disney started the whole inclusion key thing, that they have been less and less and less inclusive every month and every year since then. It really is. It's, the inclusion key, which is DEI stuff, has become a complete joke. And it's sad to see. It's and you know, I've touted my reasons for why I think the whole inclusion key was added in the first place. I don't think it's ever about true inclusion of everybody. It's not real inclusion would basically mean what's on our dollar bill, which is e pluribus unum. That is the Latin for from many, one. In other words, from a diverse group of people, you come together and you become one. And that's how, that's why the inclusion key is the exact opposite. It's actually throwing everybody into an individual group and going, okay, we're going to pay more attention to this group than the other groups. That's really what they've been doing with it. So, and then let's see, Betrel Florida Tourism Oversight District says on X, prepare to see a lot of casts leave Disney for higher paying jobs now. The Aspire program was the last thing for a lot of people. And now that it's being taken away, well, that higher hourly at Epic Universe is looking a lot better. So there you go. I'm not going to say more about it. I think the article goes on. You can read the rest of the article on, of course, thatparkplace.com. But that's not the main story of the day today. And the fact of the matter is, yeah, I think it has something to do with a new tax code system under the Biden and Harris administration. So it's not just Disney to blame for this. And I don't mean it's not about politics specifically, but this is a product of the Biden-Harris administration. I say Harris because she has been part of that administration and in office since January of 2021. So for 3.5 years, I believe, so far. And this is the kind of thing that you can expect going forward if that situation doesn't get changed in November, which hopefully it does. But and again, I think that the Disney Corporation was had their hands tied when it came to this, and kind of had to, without a choice, cut this program down because of a tax situation. So, yeah, as Jeremy Heath said, very simple. Not a good move, Disney. And I may have to spend more time on my next story, which is about the Bobs. So, I mean, that's all the time I'm spending on today's story. As a matter of fact, I might have to break all these stories down a little bit more as we go through the week, because there's a lot more to them and to get to and more discussion. And unfortunately, I'm going to be cut a little bit short. I only have about 9 minutes left to go over the rest of the show. So I'll probably have to do a little bit more about the Bob fight and everything else. So, but I do want to get to some of it. Now, this tab is going to look a little bit weird because I don't subscribe to the New York Times, but this is out of the New York Times. And I believe by doing it this way, I can actually read it to you guys. Yeah, so it's really weird. Okay, so there's the tab, and the tab is not letting me even share the part that I can read, which is over here. I don't know if it'll let me share that tab. Does it let me share that tab? Probably not. No, I'm gonna have to share a different tab. Let's do this one over here. This is the Business Insider, and I can share this one instead. Yeah, Palace Coup. So this is business. Well, BS is what it says. So I I'm not the one that put the BS up at the top. That's just what it says. This was so this is a real quick from the New York Times article, and I'll go over to this one so you'll be able to see it. This is the Palace Coup at the Magic Kingdom, and the inside story of how Bob Iger undermined and outmaneuvered Bob Chapek. Chapek is his chosen successor and returned to power. I think that's funny that it says return to power at Disney. The truth is he never left. And that's what I'm going to give you my take on the whole thing. This says by James B. Stewart and Brooks Barnes at 5 p.m. February 25th, 2020, Bob Chapek and Bob Iger settled into matching directors' chairs. I wonder much the same. So maybe I'll just read it from here. Palscu, how Iger outmaneuvered Chapek, returned to power. Just so maybe they're just quoting the New York Times article. Yes, they are. They're quoting the New York Times article is what it looks like. Yeah, okay, good. So I'm basically getting the same article here. At 5 p.m. on February 25th, 2020. Now you'll remember that is literally weeks before the shutdown. Now, look, I don't see how, and I believe at that time it was over 200 CEOs stepped down that at the exact same time. How can you say that this happened without them knowing ahead of time what was going to happen? I mean, in the business world, you don't react, right? You don't react. You act first. So when the closures happened, I believe that major corporations around the world had a heads up to this. And as a matter of fact, Disney led the way as far as closing down their parks are concerned. Disney led the way. So there's no way that they didn't know that the closures weren't going to happen. And right at this exact time is when Bob Iger said, okay, I haven't. He was supposed to step down years before and chose this exact moment that, then you have lost all common sense. In my opinion, again, I'm giving this as my opinion. But it's my opinion based on my life experience and basic common sense. Okay, so 5 p.m. February 25th, 2020, Bob Chapek and Bob Iger settled into managing director's chairs on the Disney studio lot for a series of live media interviews. The company had just shocked pretty much everybody, announcing that the little-known Chapek would be replacing the wildly popular Iger as chief executive. Now, at that time, Bob Iger was wildly popular, that he was going to be behind, but blaming Bob Chapek for. In an interview with Julia Borston of CNBC, Chapek fawned over his predecessor. I obviously have huge shoes to fill, he said with wide eyes, hailing Iger's magic running Disney. Iger's 15-year tenure as chief executive, that he had considered running for president as a Democrat. That's what it's on. Hey, I'm down just before she died. Did he earn that? Come on now. Come on, people. Iger said he and Chapek had worked together extremely well, but in the next breath qualified that praise. Actually, our senior management team has worked together quite well. Chapek listened in vain for something more effusive, more personal, as the questions and the attention shifted entirely to Chapek. Iger's usually relaxed demeanor stiffened. His gaze shifted down away from Chapek, and he looked uncomfortable across his arms. Chapek was intimately familiar with Iger's body language and expressions. This is not good, he thought. I don't know how they were reading his mind, but yeah. When Iger stepped down as chief executive abruptly, just weeks before the thing that I'm, I don't know what I'm allowed to say on YouTube, so but it's there, and you can see the creepy crawly crud pandemic plunged Disney into the worst crisis in its history. The company's board agreed that he could stay on as quote unquote creative director and executive chairman of the board for another 2 years. Agreed. That's funny. That agreement nearly fell apart over the issue of whom exactly Chapek would answer to, Iger or the board. A last minute compromise reached without a board vote had Chapek reporting to both. Talk about undermining your supposed new CEO. That agreement, let's see. Yeah. A last minute compromise reached with the board vote had Chapek reporting to both. That proved a receipt for conflict, as Chapek soon began to realize. Just weeks ago, as Chapek told Arthur Boschner, his chief of staff, Iger is not going to leave. He'll be here until he dies. That is what Chapek said, and Chapek was absolutely right. He was never really the CEO. He was never. Did something happen? Okay, there we go. So yeah. Sorry, I went back to my StreamYard tab, and everything was weird. Gosh, this is a total mess. This was a total mess. This was the S show, if you know what I mean by that. Basically, Bob Chapek was right. Bob Iger never really left, and he officially left, I want to say, what was it, at the end of 2021, without ever giving up his office, without ever giving up his shower, without ever giving up any of that stuff. Bob Iger technically officially left, but he really didn't leave. There's a lot of reasons we know that. Again, I have to end the show at this point in time, so I got to get over to my premiere. Let's talk more about this, and we'll forward it to tomorrow's show. I want to thank everybody that's participated today. Again, we're going to go right over into my premiere. I wanted to show you this tab real quick because this tab has a lot to do with what's coming up on the premiere. And just let me show you this real quick if I can. Hopefully I can show this. And this was yesterday. This was about Big Thunder Mountain. And this was by Britt Tuttle out of WDWNT. Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Space Mountain, and more attractions down this morning at the Magic Kingdom. We're going to talk about all of this on tomorrow's show, but I'm leading with this because of what you're going to see, what I'm calling the Disney curse, because lately Disney's maintenance has been bad. And it somehow has seemed to transpose itself over to the new Primark store. And you're going to see that in this vlog coming up. So I got to get going here. Thank you, everybody, for joining today. I'm going to be sending you right over to the premiere. Again, Go and Shogi. Thank you for this. Let's do it.
Is it too much? Too much? It's perfect.
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Oh, thank you guys so much for being here today. I know there's a lot. This show could go, like today's show could have gone on a long time, and I can't afford for that to happen. We're going to get right over to the premiere. Hit the like button here. Head over to the premiere. Hit the like button there, and we will see you real soon. I'm going to see you in literally just a couple more minutes. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day, and until next time. Oh, check this out. By the way, got a lot of new names here on the outro for all of the new members. Not the ones that joined today, but up until today, this should be correct. So we'll see you over at the premiere, guys.